Yeah, good afternoon. So, am I audible? Yes, respond, ma'am. Okay, in the last class, we are sharing. Yeah, is my screen is visible? Hello, screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, in the last class we have seen which one, shift reduce parser. So shift reduce parser is one type of bottom up parser. By shift operation, the inputs are inside the stack. So that is nothing but pushing input characters from the input buffer. Okay, that is a shift operation. The next to reduce operation, this reduce operation used to perform reduction. So if handle is found in the stack, then that handle is reduced by the left hand side non-terminal. Okay, reduction. So this reduce operation is used to perform the reduction operation. Okay, next one is accept. So this operation, when input buffer, that input part is pointing to the dollar, so right hand marker, then stack symbol in the static symbol of the grammar is there. Then this parser is going to announce this accept. By accept operation, it is going to announce the success. So next one is a reject. So there are various kinds of rejections. That means the input buffer not completed, then stack is empty, or stack have some symbols rather than static symbol of the grammar. Okay, some symbols are still there in the input buffer. So different kind of situations. So that means this reject operation, by using this reject operation, the parser is going to announce unsuccessful. The given input string is not accepted by the grammar. Okay, so we have seen the example also in the last class, but in the shift reduce parser some problems are there. Those are called conflict. So shift to reduce parser have some conflict. One is a shift to reduce conflict, another one is a reduce conflict. So these are the two conflicts: shift to reduce conflict, reduce conflict. Okay, shift to reduce conflict. Okay, here we cannot decide which operation is going to be performed. So that means the parser cannot decide which operation to be performed, either to shift operation or to reduce operation. So these are the two possible operations in that situation. So now parser cannot take the decision either to shift or to reduce. That is a conflict. Shown the example also. Next, second conflict is the reduce conflict. In this case also parser get a confusion. So which operation is going to be performed? That means which handle. So that means more than one handle is found on the stack. So which handle can be reduced? Okay, that is a conflict. So the parser cannot decide which handle can be reduced. So that is a reduce conflict. So these are the two conflicts in the shift reduce parser. Okay, then next coming to the next topic, that is SLR parser or SLR1 parser or LR of 0 parser. So these are the parsers or what in the bottom of parser. So many parsers are there. So one is a SLR parser or SLR1 parser or LR of 0 parser. So these are the three different names for this. Okay, so SLR stands for, so first S stands for simple, then L stands for scanning the input from left to right, scanning the input from left to right. In the top down also we have seen LL1, LL. So first L stands for left to right. Here also same thing. This L stands for scanning the input from left to right. Then this R stands for reverse rightmost derivation in reverse. That means rightmost derivation in reverse. Right to most derivation in reverse order. So in the last class I have shown what reverse. Okay, so SLR has simple, left to right scanning, rightmost derivation in reverse. Okay, then another SLR1. Here 1 stands for look ahead symbol. Here look ahead symbol. LR of 0. So this is 0 also a look ahead symbol. Okay. So these are this is one kind of parser. So we see in the bottom of parser, in the top down parser. First of all, in the top down parser, some steps already already have shown. So first, the grammar should be free from the what left recursion, left factoring. Okay, the LL in the top down. Okay, so the grammar should be free from left recursion, left factoring. That is the first step. Okay, the next step, what we are going to take, which one apply first function and function in order to find out the first set and follow set. Okay, that is the second step. Then third step is construct a predictive parsing table or a table driven parser. So table construction. Okay, then fourth step is whether the posting is accepted by the grammar or not. That verification in the fourth step. Okay, so these are steps in the top down. But top down parser, that is a predictive parser. What are the problems in the top down parser? So backtracking is a problem. So elimination of left recursion and left factoring, that is a problem. Okay, so this bottom up parser is going to solve those problems. What left to no need to remove the left recursion, no need to do the left factoring in the grammar. Okay, actually in the top down, so the grammar should be free from left recursion, left factoring. That means if in the grammar, if any left recursion, left factoring is there, so we should remove that. Left recursion is elimination is required, left factoring that also being required in the top down. Okay, but in the bottom up, no need to do these two. No need to eliminate the left recursion, no need to do the left factoring. Okay, so that is the first step. This is what no left recursion, no need to apply the left recursion and left factoring. So next second here augment the grammar. So this is step augmentation. We will see what is augmentation. Then number the productions in the grammar. Some productions the grammar is going to contain some production, more than one production. So give a number. This is the first production. This is the second production, third production. Like that, give the number for the productions. Fourth one is find closure of item set. So closure of item set and go to function. Okay, here two functions are applied. One is a closure function, another one is a go to function. Closure function for finding out item set, and go to function is for moving some symbols. Okay, we'll see what is that. Okay, so find the closure of item set, that is LR of 0 item, and go to function. This is a fourth step. Then fifth step is a find first and follow set. Here also same thing, finding first set and follow set. Finding first set and follow set. That one. The next one is a construct SLR parsing table. Yes, SLR parsing table. Table construction. In the predictive also same thing. Table is important. Table construction is important. Whatever it is, whatever the parser it is. So table construction is important. Okay, here also same thing. Table construction. So after table construction only, whatever the input string is given, so that can be verified whether it is accepted or rejected. Okay, so table construction here by using shift operation. So that means shift to reduce. So some operations you will see that by using shift to reduce, accept, reject operations. So table can be constructed. So latter last step, that is parse the input string, whether the input string is accepted or not. So that can be decided in the last step. Okay, so these are the set of steps in LR of 0 or SLR of 1 or SLR whatever in this parser. Okay, so here closure of item set. You know what is left recursion? No need to do this left recursion in this. But new thing is, you know how to find out the first set and follow set. Okay, so no need to explain how to find out the first set and how to find out the follow set. So already we have seen in the top down. Okay, so here number the production means just giving a number. Augment the grammar means adding a new production. So that is not a big one. So that is a small. Okay, we'll see that. But here the important one is find the closure of item set. That is the important one. So finding the closure of item set and go to function, how to apply the go to function. Okay, this go to step is important. By using this only we can able to construct this passing table. Okay. So first closure of items. So closure of items. Here first, if I is a set of items for a grammar G, so I is nothing but item set. I is set of items for a grammar. Then closure of I. Closure of I is a set of items constructed from I by the two rules. So these are the two rules. Okay, here we are going to find out some item set. Some items in the set, that is called a set of items. Okay, so for a grammar, that is it is going to be constructed by applying two rules. One is initially add every item in I2 closure I. Initially what we are going to do, add every item in I2 closure I. Okay, second one is if any production like this, A implies alpha dot, this is a dot is an important dot, B beta. So A implies alpha dot B beta is in closure of I, and B implies gamma. So this is one production, this is another production. Okay, so if A implies alpha dot B beta is in closure of I, and B implies gamma is a production, then add this item to the closure. So why? Because after dot which symbol? B. So B is a non-terminal. If B is a non-terminal, so definitely it will have a production. If it is a non-terminal, definitely there should be a production. So add that production to the set. So that we can call it as an item. After placing a dot before that production, we can call it as a item. So B implies a dot to gamma is an item. B implies gamma is a production. If you place a dot on the right hand side starting, so that we can call it as an item. Okay, so after dot to B is a non-terminal. So if it is a non-terminal, it will have a production. Then add that item. Add that item means dot to this set to closure I. Okay, if it is not already there, okay, already this set, this production already, this item already there in the closure of I. So apply this rule until no more new items can be added to closure I. Okay, so like that, if this production, if this item already there in the closure of I, so no need to add. If it is not there, then add that item to the set. This process is repeated until no more new items can be added to closure I. So these are the two rules. Okay, closure of how to find out the closure of item set. For this algorithm is here. So if I explain directly, you may not understand. So first of all, I want to explain the problem. So later you can understand easily. Okay, simple. This algorithm is a simple one. So if you know, and one more thing, not required this one. Go to function. This is also important. This one for which one? Finding closure of items. Then this is for applying a go to function. Go to function. So where I is a set of items and X is a grammar symbol. So go to of I comma X. So X is a grammar symbol, I is a set of items. Now go to function can be applied like this. Go to of I comma X is defined to be the closure of set of all items. A implies alpha X dot beta such that A implies alpha dot X B is in I. So before applying go to function on X, the production will be like this. A implies alpha dot X B X beta. So this is a production before applying go to function. So after applying go to function, this production will be changed to like this. Okay, what is the difference you can find out here? So dot where before the x, dot is before the x. So after applying the go to function, the dot shifted to after x. So here before x, here after x. That is just to go to by applying go to function. So that means so scanning that symbol completed. That indicates simply scanning symbol completed, or changing the dot position to one symbol. Okay, that's it. Okay, this is a go to function. Essentially, the go to function is used to define the transactions in the LR of 0 automation for the grammar. The state of the automation corresponds to set of items. The go to function specify the transition, the state from I under input x. So that means one symbol completed, scanning completed. That type of meaning will be given by this dot. So here also algorithm is here for this symbol. So closure of yes bar implies dot yes bar. So first one, then repeat for each set of item in I. In C, for each grammar symbol x, if go to I comma x is not empty and not in C, add go to I comma x to C. So like this is repeated until no new set of items added to C. Okay, this is algorithm for what applying go to function. So or simply computation of LR of 0 items. Here closure item, closure, this is a closure function, and this one is a go to function. These are the two functions. Closure function used to find out the item set, LR of 0 item sets. Then go to function used to changing the position. Then how many closure functions can be applied on that, so that can be known by using this go to function. So this is algorithm. Okay, for which one? LR of 0 item set. For finding LR of 0 item set. Okay, so this is about SLR. Then here we have a diagram, LR parsing algorithm. LR parsing algorithm in the what LL also, that means in the primitive parser also explain this diagram. Same diagram. So that consists of some components: input buffer, stack, parsing program, then table, output. Okay, so input buffer, this is used to hold the input string, which consists of right hand marker $, so that indicates end of the string. Okay, that represents end of the string. One pointer is going to be there that points to the first symbol of the grammar, or what first symbol of the input string. The next is stack. Stack, you know, that is a data set that is going to hold some symbols. Only one side possible, which insertion and deletions are possible one side. That is called push operation, pop operation. Okay. Next, $, is going to be placed onto the top of the stack initially if it is empty. Then parsing program, here we call it as a LR parsing program, or LR of 0 parsing program, or SLR of 1 parsing program. Then table. So table is important here. Table is divided into two parts. One is the action part, another one is the go to part. So this is a remaining all are same. All components are similar to the remaining algorithms. So either which one primitive parser. In that also you have seen this one. The difference is in the table. Table is only the difference. The table is divided into two parts. One is the action part, another one is the go to part. Go to action and go to. Output is same, that is for showing the actions taken by the LR parsing program. Okay, this is a model of LR parser or algorithm. So if you get a theoretical question, you are supposed to draw this diagram and explain each and every component. Okay, so this is an explanation. Structure of this, here also same thing, this is an entire explanation. LR of parsing algorithm also same thing. That explanation only you can write in step-by-step process. Okay, so main thing is table construction is important. So constructing the SLR parsing table. Constructing SLR parsing table. Here, okay, here table can be constructed by by performing closure operation and go to that means applying closure function and go to function. So based on the item sets, that table can be filled by performing these 4 operations: shift operation, reduce operation, accept operation, and reject operation. Okay, so here the SLR method for constructing parsing table is a good starting point for studying LR parsing. We shall refer to the parsing table constructed by this method on SLR table and on LR parser using SLR parsing table as SLR parser. The other 2 methods augment the SLR method with look ahead information. Okay, so in here LR parsers are 3 parsers. So one is a SLR parser, another one is a CLR parser, another one is a LALR parser. So now we are going to see SLR parser only. So the remaining also same thing, same table also same thing, but with the look ahead symbol. In SLR, look ahead symbol is not seen. Without look ahead, table can be constructed. Then in CLR, in LALR, with the look ahead, table can be constructed. So that is the difference between SLR, CLR, LALR. Okay. So this is algorithm. So algorithm. First, directly I want to explain the problem. So after that, whatever algorithms are there, I want to discuss those. Okay. So first one is a SLR. Okay. First grammar will be given like this. So this is a grammar. S implies within open and closing parenthesis. L. This is one production. S implies S have 2 productions. Okay. This one and this one. S implies A and L implies L comma S and L implies S. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 productions. Okay. Inputs string is A comma A. So after constructing the parsing table, what you have to do? You have to check this given input string is accepted by this grammar or not. Okay, by using SLR, simple LR. SLR means simple LR. Okay, so first step, what is that? Don't remove any left to recursion and left to factoring, not required. Okay, left to recursion. Actually, this grammar have which one? Left to recursion. So the second production starting with L. So left to recursion is there in this, but no need to remove this. Even it will work on ambiguous grammar also. Top down I think compulsory we should remove left to recursion, left to factoring. But in the bottom up, no need to remove. Don't remove any left to recursion and no need to do left to factoring. Now clear? Ardhamaduna? Yes. Respond. Hello, Mishra, Agastya, Arushi, Vivek. Any one of you respond? Hello. Yes, respond. Sir. Okay, so in the first step actually no need to remove this left recursion, left factoring, not required this step. Okay, second step, what is that? Separate and numbering the productions. So grammar will be given like this, but production wise separate and give the number for all the productions. Okay, so first one, this one. So number 1. Okay, this production. 2, the second production. Third production, fourth production. Okay, this is giving number, separating and giving the numbers to all the productions. Okay, second step. Okay, third step, what? Find first and follow set. First set and follow set. Do you know how to find first and follow? First symbol. The first symbol, first half of yes. Take the production, S production, consider the S production. So these are the S productions. Okay, from this first symbol is terminal. If it is a terminal, add directly to the set. Okay, next from the second production, first symbol also terminal. Add that terminal to the set. Okay. So next to L, first half of L. First half of L, what is first symbol is L. So L is a what? L is non-terminal. Okay. So L, go to this L production. Then here non-terminal SCO is a non-terminal. Okay, go to the non-terminal production. Yes. Okay, from S open parenthesis, from the second S production A. Okay, first half of S, first half of L, both have the same symbols. Open parenthesis A, open parenthesis A. Okay, first completed. Follow. So S after S. So that means after S, which one is there? We have to see that one. This production and this production. So follow of S. So after S, no symbol. So what we are going to find out? S. Okay. Follows of L will be follows of S. From this also follows of L. That set will be follows of S. Okay. First of all, what we are to do? Follows of L. So follows of L. So this is a production to be considered for finding the follows of L. After L, what is there? Terminal is there. If terminal is there, then add directly to the set. So which one? Closing parenthesis will be added. Then after L, what is there? Comma is there. Comma also added to the set. That is, so follows of L or closing parenthesis comma. But in S, we should add dollar. Why dollar? S is the starting symbol of the grammar. That's why S is added to. That is, dollar is added to S. Okay, so that's why follows of S. Which one? Dollar closing parenthesis comma. Follows of L closing parenthesis comma. Okay, so third step finding completed. Find first and follow set. Then fourth step is augment grammar. Augment grammar. Okay, so augment grammar means just adding a new production to the grammar. That is a simple one. So what is a production with what is a starting symbol here? S is the starting symbol with that. So yes, S dash implies yes. This is a new production added to this grammar. After adding a new production to the grammar, that grammar is called augmented grammar. Augmented grammar. This grammar is called augmented grammar. So after adding a new production to the grammar, that grammar is called augmented grammar. Adding a new production to the grammar is called augmented grammar. Okay. Fourth step. Next to fifth step, construct closure item set. Construct the closure item set and by applying go to function. So construct closure item set by applying go to function. So for this, this kind of diagram you are supposed to create. So theoretically also you can write. Okay, theoretically also you can write step by step. First to I naught item set to 0. I naught. So I naught item set is going to contain some productions like first symbol, first production in the grammar. Which one? S dash. What we will get? Place a dollar. Initially, place a dollar. Okay, in the first production before yes. Okay, S dash implies dot yes. S dot implies a dot yes. Okay. After dot yes, if it is a non-terminal, add that non-terminal productions to this set by placing dot at right hand side. So now here after dot yes, yes is a non-terminal. Non-terminal productions, yes productions, yes implies this one. This is one production and this one is another production. So add those two productions. S implies dot, place a dot, open parenthesis, L closing parenthesis, and one more production. What is that? S implies dot A. Okay, so these are the added production to this set. So again we have to see after that which symbol is there, after that which symbol, terminal. So if it is a terminal, no need to add, that means terminal cannot have a production, no need to add that production to the set. If it is a non-terminal, non-terminal may have a production, non-terminal definitely have a production, so add that production to the set. So terminal cannot have a production, so don't add. Here nothing to be added. After dot a is there, a also terminal, so nothing to be added to this set. Okay, now this is one set that is called I naught. Okay, so same thing we got here also. This is I naught. Okay, so first what we have to do, first take the first production, which one, s dash implies dot yes, take a dot. Okay, so after dot which symbol is there, that we have to see. After dot, non-terminal or terminal. If it is a non-terminal, add that non-terminal to the set. If it is a terminal, no need to add anything, so just leave it. Okay, so after dot yes, add s productions by placing dot. Okay, after dot open parenthesis, okay, no need to add. After dot a, no need to add any productions. This is okay. Now applying closure function completed on this production. So this is a closure of I naught. So this is a closure I naught item set. So next apply the go to function. After applying go to function, dot will be shifted. To one symbol. Okay, so for this, so that means go to off. What you have to do? Go to off. How many functions we will get from this I naught, that we have to look. So go to I naught comma, how many we are going to get. So for that we have to see all the items in the I naught. So this is one item, this is another item, this is another item. So after that, what is there? S is there. Okay, so we can apply go to of I naught comma yes, that is one, and go to of I naught comma open parenthesis, that we can apply, and after dot a is there, so I naught comma a. So that means here we can apply three go to functions on I naught. Okay, so first go to of I naught comma yes. So just shifting this dot to one symbol, that's it. So what will get, s dash implies, after applying go to function on this item, what will get, s bar, s dash implies s dot. So after that which symbol? No symbol, just stop here only. Okay, that one, that is a new set. Here you can see in the diagram. So on I naught we can apply three go to functions, one with yes, one with open parenthesis, one with a. Okay, so for each symbol we will get a new sets. After applying go to function with yes, we get a new item set. After applying with open parenthesis, also we will get a new item set. Then after applying with that means with applying a, we will get a new item set. So 3 different item sets we will get. We can give a names to that, like that. Okay, so after what go to of I naught comma yes, what we will get? So just to dot is shifted to right, one symbol to right. So s dash implies s dot. So after dot, no symbol. Okay, stop here. This is a new set. This is a new set. We have given the name to this I1. Okay. Next with second function, what is that? I naught comma open parenthesis. I naught comma open parenthesis. So I naught comma open parenthesis means on this. On this. Now dot how to be shifted? S implies what we will get? So previously dot before open parenthesis. Now dot will be after open parenthesis, shifting one symbol to right. Okay, after applying go to function with open parenthesis on I naught the production will be like this. This implies open parenthesis dot L closing parenthesis. Okay. Next, what we have to see after that which symbol is there. After that which symbol is there. L is terminal or non-terminal. So in the previous case, so after that no symbol. Okay, just to leave. So no need to add anything. Just we have to leave it over there. Okay, no need to add anything. So but here after dot non-terminal is there. If it is a terminal, no problem, leave it. But here non-terminal. What we have to do in the case of non-terminal, add that non-terminal productions to this set. L productions. How many are there? 2 are there. So add L productions. L implies dot L comma yes, and what L implies dot yes. Okay, so again we have to see after while adding also we have to check after L which symbol is there. So after dot which symbol is there, after dot what is there, L is there. Now add L productions, but already L productions are added. Okay, added. So no need to add it again. Okay, from this. Then next after this after dot S is there. This is the non-terminal. Add S production to this set also. S productions. So how many are there S productions? These 2 productions. Add those 2 productions. S implies what? Dot open parenthesis L and one more production is production. This implies dot A. Again in this also we have to check after that which symbol is there. After dot open parenthesis is there. Okay, we need to add production. After dot A is there. This is also terminal open parenthesis and A are the terminal. So no need to add any productions in this case. But in this case we have to add. In this case also we have to add productions. Why? After that L is there. After that S is there. L, S are non-terminal. Okay, so already L productions added. So no need to add it again. So but add S productions. Okay, so now give a name to this. Already I1 given, now I2 item set 2. Okay, so you can check same we got. This implies same thing. Okay, L yes 2 productions. Okay, so that means second one completed. Go to of I0 comma open parenthesis completed. Next go to of I0 comma A. Why? Because on I0 how many are there after dot? S is there. With S completed. Okay, with S we got I1 set. With open parenthesis we got I2 set. Then now with A we have to see. We will get definitely will get item 3 set. I3 set will get. So after shifting this A one symbol to right, what will get? S implies A dot will get. S implies A dot. So after dot which what will get? S implies A dot. So previously dot before A. Now after applying go to function, dot will be after A. Okay. So this is called I3. So we will get I3. So S implies A dot. Isn't it? With A, I3 item set we got in that which productions, which items, this implies A dot. We are clear? Ardhamaina? Yes. Hello, respond.
Yes, sir.
My doubts today you can ask. If any doubts in this, these are the important. Definitely one question you will get in the exam. Problematic. You know, if you solve the problem, definitely you will get full marks. Compared to the theory, you will get full marks. Okay. So applying go to function on I0 completed. Okay. So after applying go to function on I0, we got how many? I1, I2, I3. Okay. So 3 item sets we got. So now again we have to check. We have to see in I1. Okay, is it possible to apply go to function on I1? So we have to see if it is possible, apply go to function. If it is not possible, okay, leave it. When it is possible means after dot some symbol is there, then it is possible to apply go to function. After dot, no symbol is there, we cannot apply. Okay. So here we have to see only one item is there in the I1. So after that, which symbol? No symbol. So on I1 we cannot apply go to function. So go to function cannot be applied on I1. Just to leave it. Okay. Next on I3 also after dot no symbol, here also we cannot apply go to function. Just leave. Next to I2. In I2 we have to see. So after dot which symbol is there? So after dot which symbol is there? This is a dot. After dot L is there. Okay. Here after dot L is there. After dot S is there. After dot open parenthesis is there. After dot A is there. Okay. These many possible. That means go to off. What is the name? I2. This I2 comma L. I2 comma L is 1. And that means after dot L. Next to I2 comma after dot. So L means so both same. Okay. Next after that S is there. So with the S we can. Then next after that open parenthesis. So go to I2 comma open parenthesis. Okay. And one more A also. I2 comma A. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 go to functions we can apply on I2. Because after that means after dot some symbols are there. Some symbol, whether it is a terminal or not terminal, whatever it is. After dot some symbol is there. Okay, that is a possible go to function is possible to apply. So apply the go to function. With L, with S, with open parenthesis, with A. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now with the L. So L means these are the on these two productions. Okay. Just to shift the dot position. Shift the dot position. Just that's it. After applying go to function means shift the dot position. Okay. So what? Open parenthesis. Now dot will be shifted to after L. Okay, this is S implies open parenthesis L dot. So previously before L, now after L. Okay, so after that which is there we have to see, that is important. So after that closing parenthesis. Closing parenthesis is a terminal. Okay, so no need to add any items to this set, new items. No need to add. If it is a non-terminal, that productions, that items can be added. But it's a terminal, no need to add. Then next this one completed. Next L here, this one. So now shifting this position, L implies what? Dot comma S. Dot L dot comma S. Okay. So after dot comma is here. Comma is a terminal, so no need to add anything. So now we can call it as a new item set. Okay, we can give the name, okay, that is a I4 item set. So with L completed. Next this one completed. Next S. So that means only one production we have. Only one production. Now shift the dot position. L implies S dot. After dot no symbol. After that no symbol. So no need to add anything. Okay, just we can stop here. This is a new item. So name is I5. I4 completed. Now I5. Okay. Then next this one also completed. Next to open parenthesis. Open parenthesis. This one says S implies shift to dot position. What we get? S implies, okay, open parenthesis dot L closing parenthesis. Okay, what we have to see after that which symbol? L is a non-terminal. Add non-terminal productions. L implies what? L productions dot L comma S. L implies dot S. So after dot L is there, already L productions added. After dot S is there, then S productions added. So that means we have to add S production. S production what? Dot L open parenthesis and S implies dot A. So what we will get? Same we will get. Same, this is already repeated set. Don't give a new name to this. So same thing. What we will get? What we will get here? S implies open open parenthesis I dot L, L implies dot L, so L implies dot S, S implies dot open parenthesis, S implies dot A. We will get same thing. So what is the name of this set? What is the name? I2. Okay, so I2. So don't write this. Just give a name. This is which one? This is a repeated. So I2. The name I2. No need to write the same thing. After applying open, that means after applying go to function on I2 with open parenthesis, we'll get the same I2. Whatever the items are there in the I2, that items will be same items. Okay, so don't give a new name to this. Just give that name only I2. Okay, so next which one? This one completed with A. With A we have to check. S implies A dot. Okay, this is also repeated. Which one? I3. I3 S implies A dot. Here also S implies A dot. So I3. Give a I3. Just to go to I3. So this is a I3 set repeated. This is also repeated set. From this, what are the new sets? I4, I5 are the new sets. Okay, these all are the repeated sets. Just to give a name that repeated names I2, I3. Okay, that one completed. Now apply go to function on I4. Go to function on I4. Okay, so here how many possible ways? After that, which symbols are there? Closing parenthesis there, and after that, comma is here. Okay, we'll get two functions. We can apply two go to functions with one with closing parenthesis, other with comma. Okay, so closing parenthesis with the closing parenthesis. So dot just is shifting. So before open parenthesis, closing parenthesis. Now after closing parenthesis. After that, no symbol. Just this is not a repeated one. This is a new set. Give a new name I6. Okay. After comma, what is that? After with a comma, what will get? That will be shifted after comma. Okay. Comma dot S. So yes after that yes is there. Yes is not terminal. Add S productions. Yes, I have two productions. Add these productions. After dot here open parenthesis, no need to add. After dot A, no need to add. Okay, so this is also not a new. This is a new set. That is not a old set. It is a new set I7. Okay, only two will get. So apply go to function on I6, but not possible. Why? After that no symbol. But here it is possible to apply go to on I7. Okay, with yes, with open parenthesis, with A, with 3 will get. With 3 we will go to functions on I7. Okay, with yes, what will get? This is a dot position shifting. Okay, dot position shifting. So this is a new set. Give a new name I8. So now here shifting dot position. What will get? Open parenthesis dot L. So we'll get the same thing I3. Go to I3. We'll get. Okay, what is the name? I2, not I3, I2. And next dot applying good function with A on I7. What we will get? S implies A dot. So that is a I3. Okay, I3. Okay, clear. So I7 completed. Next we have to check I8. New set is which one after I7? I8. So let us see, is it possible to apply go to function on I8? Not possible. Why? Dot after dot no symbol. Dot in the ending position, no symbol. So we cannot apply. Okay, I8. So after I8, any new sets? No new sets. I8 is a last set. Okay, so we cannot apply. So this is a construction of closure item set. So total how many item sets we got? I8. I0 to I8. Total 9 item sets we got. Okay, so fifth step completed. That is construction of closure item set. Constructing closure item set completed. Sixth one is a parsing table. Parsing table that is sixth step. Okay, we'll see tomorrow. It takes time. So now we don't have time. మా క్లియర్ అర్థమైందా? చెప్పండి. ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇది ఇది ఇంపార్టెంట్. దిస్ డయాగ్రామ్ ఈజ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఎస్, హలో, అర్థమైందా? హౌ టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ ద క్లోజర్ ఐటమ్ సెట్. సార్ నో వన్ రెస్పాండింగ్. అసలు మీరు ఎట్లా అర్థం అవ్వట్లేదు అసలు నాకు. అసలు ఎన్నిసార్లు అడిగినా కూడా టెస్ట్ ఒక మెసేజ్ పెట్టడానికి ఆన్ చేసి చెప్పడానికి ఏం ప్రాబ్లం మీకు అసలు? every class I'm telling this, whether you are understanding or not, you just giving a response. That is a minimum common sense. If you give a response, that means if you give a response or if you ask any questions, then I can teach more interest. How can I get interest if you do like this? Just at least response ఇవ్వట్లేదు నాకు. ఏం రెస్పాన్స్ ఏమొస్తుంది ఇంట్రెస్ట్? నాట్ ఓన్లీ ఫర్ మీ, ఇన్ ఆల్ ఫ్యాకల్టీ, ఇన్ ఆల్ ద క్లాసెస్ అందరూ అదే చెప్తున్నారు. ఒక్కడు కూడా రెస్పాన్స్ ఇయర్ ఏం ఇయర్ అని. నో వన్ ఈ గివింగ్ రెస్పాన్స్. క్వశ్చన్ లాస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ అడగడం తర్వాత అట్లీస్ట్ అర్థమైంది అర్థం కావట్లేదు అది కూడా చెప్తలేరు అని చెప్తున్నారు.